Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Sri Sukadev Goswami says, O King Parikshit, the demigod creation by the Lord is called Adhideva creation in Sanskrit. Demigods are also called Adhideva. There are 330 million demigods and they all live in heaven. Anything that is created in this world that has name and a form which can be seen with naked eyes, they all have a presiding deity, and they are presiding deities are the demigods. Means demigods function as presiding deity of each and every one that has a name and a form. Everything, including the house and village and town and city, fort, trees, plants and creepers, anything that has name and form has a presiding deity and presided by a demigod, because demigods are also called the presiding deities. And in Sanskrit, demigods means Adhideva. That's what it means. In 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, there is a little explanation about this. Arjuna had asked about it. Either it's moving or it's unmoving. Say for instance, this chair is not moving, unmovable. Or the trees, that is unmovable, that is alive. This is dead matter. Either it is moving or non-moving, as long as they have form and name. They have a presiding deity. And these are called Adhibhautika Srishti, means material creation. Creation of God, but material. Everything that is seen by eyes are related to light. If there is no light and it becomes deep darkness, eyes also cannot see Adhibhautika Srishti. But presiding deities of that Adhibhautika Srishti, material creation, can see the person who is trying to see through dense darkness and cannot see. The Supreme Lord created 3 divisions of creation. One is a spiritual creation called spiritual world. Another has demigod creation, that is Adhidevika creation. That is demigods, the presiding deities. Then the other one is called Adhibhuta creation, means dead matter, inert matter, which cannot move, like chair or table or stone or mountain or something like that. Cannot move. That is called Adhibhuta creation. Dead matter and demigods and spiritual creation is created by the Supreme Lord and divided into 3. Sri Suta Goswami says, when Sukadev or sages, when Sukadev Goswami completed his explanation about Vritrasura demon, Parikshit asked his spiritual master, Sri Shukadeva Goswami, humbly with folded hands, "O Master, you had explained to me about the two sons of Swayambhuva Manu named Priyabrata and Uttanapad. You explained. Priyabrata's son was Agnitra, whose son was Navi. Navi's son was Rishabhadev. Rishabhadeva's son was Bharat Maharaj, by whose name India is known, or earth was known as Bharatavarsha, who later was born as Jada Bharat. O Master, you also explained about the second son of Swayambhuva Manu, Uttanapad. You also explained about the dynasty of Uttanapad, in whose dynasty Prachina Barhi king was born, who gave birth to Prachetas, from whom Daksha Prajapati was born second time. This Daksha Prajapati produced 11,000 sons who were preached by Narada Muni and made into sannyasi devotees. Narada Muni's preaching is so great. I pray to Narada Muni, please help me so I can also preach and convince some people to become sannyasis. Anyway, when Daksha Prajapati got upset, Brahma came and told him to produce daughters now, because sons are taken away by Narada Muni. Now you produce daughters, no problem. So he produced 60 daughters at once. Out of 60, he gave 13 daughters. He married 13 daughters to Kashyapa Muni. See? And you were explaining Kashyapa Muni's dynasty further. But that's where you had stopped. He is asking King Parikshit to his guru, Sri Shukadeva Goswami. Because when narration goes one direction and you leave the point this direction, then what happens from this point, this direction? Then from here you come back here and then you start another branch like that. So, you had explained to me that Aditi gives, or Diti gives, you were explaining Aditi's dynasty, who gave birth to 12 sons, called 12 Adityas. Dwadasa Adityas means subdivisions of sun god. Among these subdivisions, main was Vivaswan, the sun god. In that, among brothers, Twasta was a Brahmin born and married the little sister of demon called Rachana, from whom a Vishwarupa three-headed son was born. In that you explained to me about Vritrasura. He's telling. But now, please, explain to me from the point where you had left and you went straight, little bit different direction. I want to hear from this original, where you had left. Hearing this, Sri Shukadeva Goswami became pleased and found attentiveness of his disciple. When disciple is attentively listening to Guru, and Guru is elderly and is speaking, disciple and attentive, then he wants to know everything from detail from the beginning too. So hearing the attentiveness of Parikshit, King Parikshit, Shukadeva Goswami became very pleased and said that, I will explain to you from the point where I had left. See how happy he was. Then he said, Sukadeva Goswami said that, you remember, I had told you Varuna and Mitra Varuna, two brothers, they became infatuated with the dancing girl of heaven named Urvashi and released their semen. And their semen was immutable semen, cannot be wasted. So Urvashi took that semen and placed it in a clay pot. First was Varuna semen and then was Mitra Varuna semen. One by one after another, she placed it in the same one clay pot. Because that semen was immutable, from there two sons were born. One was Vashistha Muni, became Vashistha Muni, another was Agastya Muni. That's why they are called Kumbhaja. Kumbha means clay, water pot, usually clay, 99%. Because other metal parts are not called Kumbha, 99%. By nature, demigods and the dancing girls of heaven called Apsaras, they are very lusty. That is their nature, to be very, very lusty. But they cannot produce any children. They don't produce children. Because they were cursed by Parvati, the wife of Lord Shiva. Wife of Lord Shiva cursed the demigods to become unique, impotent, cannot produce children. Previously they produced children. Indra had children like Jayanta and all that, through two sons and one daughter. And Kubera also has two sons. We have discussed in 10th canto in our Bhāgavatam volumes, you can read, called Nalakubara and Manigriva. Okay, till that point they produced children, they were producing. But once when Parvati was copulating with Lord Shiva to have baby, at the time of her impregnation, the demigod Agni, fire god, became disturbance. He disturbed. Seeing the impediment from the demigods, Parvati became very upset and angry and cursed all the demigods. You become impotent. Impotent means unique. Maybe not unique. Since then, demigods cannot produce children. After that, Sri Sukadeva Goswami explains about Aditi. Lord Kṛṣṇa also was born from Aditi as Vamanadev, but born after Indra. That's why Vamanadev is called Upendra. Upendra means younger to Indra, junior to Indra. That's why Lord Vamanadev is also called Upendra. This Vamanadev, just to help demigods, cheated Bali Maharaj and took all his opulences and gave it to demigods. That we will discuss later on. Then Sri Sukadeva Goswami wants to speak about Aditi's sons. Aditi's, demigods, Diti he wants to explain. When the Supreme Lord, Sri Sukadeva tells, when the Supreme Lord wants to increase goodness, he increases power in the demigods. When Lord wants to increase ignorance, he increases the power to the demons. That's become big, they become powerful in that way. The demigods and demons are brothers because they are born from same father but two mothers. Diti and Aditi. Aditeya, Deva, Amarkosh Dictionary. Deva, Aditeya. Aditi's sons are called demigods. Swargalokam, Swarganakam. Amarkosh Dictionary. Their demons are called Daitya, Daitya, Asura, demons, rascals or Rakshasas, like that. Sri Shukdev Goswami says, I have explained to you about Aditi's sons very vividly. Now let me explain to you about Diti's sons. Diti gave birth from Kashyapa two sons. They are called Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. O Parikshit, I have explained to you about Hiranyaksha. Do you remember? In third canto, Hiranyaksha was killed by boar incarnation Varaha. I had explained to you, Shukdev Goswami said. Hiranyakashipu married to Kayadhu, the daughter of Jambha demon, and produced four sons, Sanghada, Anurhada, Lhada and Prahalada. Prahalada was the youngest son of Kayadhu. She also produced one daughter, the last. Her name was Singhika, who was married to Viprachitti and produced one son named Rahu. This is the same Rahu whose head was severed by the Supreme Lord in the female form called Mohini Murti, became Rahu and Ketu. That we shall explain later on. It will come. Sanghada married to one woman called Kriti and produced one son called Panchajana, is not well known. Then Lhada married to Dhamani and produced two sons, Atapi and Batapi. Atapi is also called Ilvala sometimes. These two sons, they cheated the sadhus and saints and Brahmins and they ate them. They loved to eat sadhus, saints, devotees, rishis and munis and greatly spiritual people. We will explain about this later on. And they were killed by Agastya Muni. We will discuss that and I will repeat that mantra required for everyone. Sure. I will explain. Prahalada produced one son named Virochana. And Virochana married to Devi and produced one son called Prahalada. Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj's wife was Asana and she produced 100 sons headed by Banasura. Banasura, we will explain. Banasura performed great austerities and pleased Lord Shiva. Usually demigods worship the Supreme Lord and demons worship Lord Shiva. Those who worship Lord Shiva, mostly they are demoniac or not demons then. If not demons, they are demoniac. They have some kind of nature, so they misunderstand and call Lord Shiva as God. That is not right. We worship Lord Shiva, respect him, But we consider Lord Shiva to be the greatest devotee and the spiritual master of demigods. That is very important, not to criticize Lord Shiva. So he pleased, Banasura pleased Lord Shiva and asked him a boon when he appeared. He said, you become guard of my city, my kingdom. You guard, you be there on the door, my door, you be there. You always be guard. Demons can demand anything. What can Lord Shiva do? He is bound by his word. Man is known by the words he keeps. So Lord Shiva kept his word. Diti produced two sons from Kashyapa Muni, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. After producing these, she also produced 49 sons at once. They are called Marutas. 49 of them. That we will discuss. And 49 of them, they became unique because curse of Parvati, because Indra took these 49 brothers and made them into demigods. That we will discuss. Thank you very much.